Hello.
Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Bree.
Happy Monday.
Yes, I'm going to be your moderator for the day. And today I am joined by the amazing, the lovely Psychic Rika. Rika, how are you?
Great. It's awesome. An awesome day. It's fall. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, me too.
Halloween is Monday.
I know. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Lots of good energy coming from the chat already.
Woohoo!
Questions rolling in.
I want to talk to. I hear a Philip. Oh my gosh! Don't get me started. Keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for a Philip. Or if anybody knows of a Philip, let me know and I'll choose your question. But really quick before we get started, I do have a couple of just ground rules that I want to go over very quickly. Rule number one, no questions about any legal things. So anything about Social Security or court cases, anything like that. And no questions about anything health related. So sicknesses, fertility, unfortunately falls under that category. So nothing about pregnancies or COVID diseases, cancer, anything like that. But everything else is relatively up for grabs. So if you want to connect with a loved one who has passed away, if you want to learn about your future or a potential new job, all of that is on the table. So go ahead and start asking your questions in the comment box. We do have a promo code for new customers to California Psychic. So if you have never used our service before, you can go ahead and download our app, California Psychics, or you can even use the website, californiapsychics.com, create an account and use the promo code RIKA5. And you guys will get $5 automatically added to your account to go towards your first reading. And that can go with Rika. It could go with any of our other psychics listed on our website. And then, of course, if you are new and this is your first time in a live stream with Psychic Rika, we really, really love if you are able to be present and in the moment and actively participate with us. So if I choose your question, Rika will probably have some follow-up questions for you. And she'll ask you, and I'll be scanning out for your comments to see, your replies so we can flash those, forward those over to Rika. But that is about all that I have for my ground rules. Rika, are you ready?
I am ready. I don't need them to read. I'm a no tools reader. The energy is high here. I can barely speak. There's so much energy here. I'm not a no tools reader, but I always have tarot cards available. I've studied them, since I was a teenager, and I'm definitely not a teenager.
You look like one.
Thank you.
So good. Hello, Dominique, and welcome in. Dominique said it's her first time. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's find our first question of the day.
Congratulations. I hear it's congratulations. Okay, we can't wonder what I'm already answering. We'll find out.
Congratulations. Interesting. Okay. Let's start it off with Cortez from Facebook. My grandmother, Ida, passed in 2007. I wanted to know if she has anything to say to me.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the first impression I was already feeling before she picked the question, because I think sometimes it just goes that way. So here, congratulations. And I'm wondering, did you get a new job? Did you just get a new job? Are we finally going down the right path? Like that kind of thing. If you can say yes or no, that's great. Also get some sort of medical connection here. So I wonder if you are in the medical or sciences, things that would remind me of medicine or science, or if you were her caregiver, honestly. But she's talking about medicine. She's saying congratulations. I think the biggest message is that she wants you to know that every step you take, you think of her. I think you really live your life in honor of the ones you love. And I think you live your life in honor, for the sake of my grandma, I will, I'm not going to give up because and I think you've been bullied. I think that it's not been easy. She makes me think that you sometimes feel like you're alone. I think that this is what saves you, from sometimes the world is mean. Unfortunately, we know that. We also know the world is incredibly kind, but they don't want you to give up. You're this close to getting everything you want. So the congratulations to me means don't give up. The breakthrough is imminent. I really hope that, come January 6th or 7th, I don't know why we're switching to the beginning of January, but she is. I hope you can really report your victory. Even if you just got that job and you were starting or just entered school, she's talking about how finally in January you'll be able to look and be like, okay, grandma, thank you. I hear you. And she says, you're never alone and don't worry. And she also mentions the letter A. Now, A's and I's can even sound similar, like Eileen, right? But I wonder if there's an A, connected to your mom or dad, or someone that's connected to Ida, even if it's, again, they could be living people. They don't have to be past, or it might be her last name, but she does mention the letter A. But I just think it's worth it. I think all the effort, all the hard work, all that you've had to do to not listen to the bullies, like all you've had to do is worth it. Don't ever think it's not worth it. It is worth it. And never listen to the bullies. I mean, that seems to be a theme from her talking to you.
Got it. Okay. I do have one comment from Cortez. No
Okay.
A's.
Okay. So think, let me see if I can direct you with that. Okay, she says it's true. It can be people alive. She says go towards your mother's side of the family and locate. It's a first, middle, last name of A. It could even be on a grandpa level. So sometimes we say no to like what we think that they want to say to us, but she says you can locate it. And again, it can be someone alive, like if it's a sibling or something. But she seemed to talk about that. So go to your mom's side. Go above. Just go to your mom's side. She said. So even if it's your mom's middle name, right? You can think about that later. But since you were able to confirm that, or at least confirm the no, can you confirm the congratulations? Can you understand what she's saying to you? And she talks about not listening to the naysayers, or don't be caught up in bullies, or why she thinks you're having the breakthrough, or like congratulations, or is it, she seems to think that you really do things in her name and you think of her all the time. As I said, she brought me towards January, like January 1 through 7. And then she also just said December 8. So there must be something significant in that month. But we can, we'll see how
Totally.
Cortez goes with it. Okay.
I'll see if he or she comments.
First, middle, or last name. Anyway. Like Amelia, Alilia. Okay, anyway, we'll see.
Okay. So I see a couple comments just saying pick me. I would love to pick you, but I need a question.
Right. That's a good reminder. Let's remind it one more time. Like we can't, like, because things move so quick. Whenever you're saying pick me, include your original question. If you think it's that easy to go back and find it, it's not.
Very true. Very true. So always include your question.
No matter what.
Yeah, never. Okay. Let's see. I just saw one from Felix over on Facebook.
It's so weird because I was going back to my Philip. Philip and Felix are similar. Okay.
Yeah. Is there a love life left for me, or am I done?
Well, sorry, no one's done until they're not here anymore. And then we don't even know about the supernatural love happening that we can't see. But first off, you can't be done. So first off, let's get through that part of your brain. It sounds like you would like to have love, and we need to figure out how you can connect to it. And that's the real question, right? The real question is, I feel like I'm done. How do I connect to love in my life? Then have an opening. Let me find out where it is, Felix. Okay, D, Diana, is this a past? D connections, go to the D connection. So first off, they're going to give me some sort of fact. So the first thing I said was Diana, right? But this could be a past love of D, or they're trying to call it a family member with the letter D. Like it can even be David or something like that. We're going incredibly fast. So I'm just trying to get connected to the first initial. So it doesn't have to be a past love, but they want to use that to get you centered in some sort of factual. February is your time. You do need to, okay. All right. You have a ton of energy, Felix. You have a great energy. You need a woman that's super, or a partner. Doesn't have to be a woman, right? A partner that absolutely appreciates your loving heart, your loving heart. I think you are a super giver. And I think what happens is you may find people that don't appreciate the super giving, and then it gets all screwed up. So they say February, you'll report to me February 2nd to the 21st that indeed you're partnered. They feel like that partner will be available to you end of November, right around Thanksgiving. Whether it's a past person or someone you don't know is not nearly as relevant as the thought of yourself. They're saying Felix's thought needs to be this. I need to listen to what they want. It needs to be that you are capable. I have the capacity to overcome my past difficulties with love and experience the joy of the future. The love that's connected to you, there's a lot of children energy. Of course, it can be even grandchildren, but there's a big family energy. And I think it's really about you praying for deep prayers of appreciation about the fact that there's still opportunity to have love in your life and how to connect with it no matter what. 2 peas in a pod. Your partner and you are going to be 2 peas in a pod. You're going to like the same stuff. You're going to want to drive in your car everywhere, like all over. Like, it'd be like, just get in the car, go. Where are we going? I don't know. We're going to get something great. Like, it's this kind of thing. Like, you're always hanging out, doing stuff, road trips, all these things. Like, you need to really decide that you're going to enjoy love, right? Because when we've had trauma and things like that, and we're like, is it any left? Like, I'm never going to get it. This world's not made, whatever. We're human. We think we're going to be alone, but really we have to value the fact that we always have an opportunity. And it's not, where is it? How come I don't have it? It's, how do I connect to my heart in such a way that I really can see the opportunity for love in front of me? I am beating on that D. I want to know if this D belongs to a family member, living or past. It's a first initial of the first, middle, last name, or an old love of D, because this D is not leaving me. I wonder if Felix is there. He probably isn't. I decided to let it go. That maybe one of these days we'll get the person is coughing. So there's also a coughing relative that's passed away that's trying to tell you they're more blunt than what I was just doing. They're literally, and I don't know if I can say this, like, get your, let's get our heads out of our, something, and wake up. You're not awake. So there's a strict person coming through that coughs. It had a pneumonia, emphysema, smoking, things that would traditionally be connected to that type of stuff, not just straight up heart, but there'd be other things. And they're telling you to wake up, that you're wasting too much time. You wasted the past 2 or 3 months. You're wasting time in confusion and all these sorts of things. So remember, if we're confused, how do we win? If we're focused on the wrong aspects, how do we get what we want? Okay. And then Karen, C or K names also. Hopefully Felix can go back later and verify these as family members. And maybe if you do verify it later, please leave a comment in the chit chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, I give you my
Definitely.
dates.
I don't see.
Okay.
What was that?
I gave him my dates, right? I told him February, maybe connected by the beginning of December latest, and that by February he could report to us. So we gave him dates. We have a D and we have a copper.
You said February.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Well, I don't see any more comments from him, so we'll move on to the next person. But Felix, if you have any outstanding comments or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment box. Okay.
So yeah, for the future people, like, I would love to turn this into an actual interactive, but
that would be
it's okay.
It's so fun. So if you guys are here, please be active.
Okay, Allie and Benjamin. Here we go, everyone.
Yes. So Allie's question. I wanted to get confirmation if Benjamin is my twin
I'm
flame.
going to say that he can be your, I can confirm that for you, but I feel your way of going about determining it is not correct. Like, how do I say that? Like, I think you're using signs for or against you, but signs should always be for you. Like, if you're going on a path down a road and you get a sign, it should tell you to keep going. You shouldn't read the sign and go, okay, it says to keep going, but should I? The should I is the part that leaves it in the question state and not a manifestation state, right? So, okay, you should be speaking, I hope by November 2nd. They said very soon. So I hope that you said when we finally speak soon. I feel like you get a lot of predictions about it, but maybe you don't know how to put it into manifestation form. So whenever you get a prediction, you need to take that prediction and say, okay, this is my prediction for my question. I have to be responsible for that outcome. I need to connect to the outcome more than just the question. There has to be a transfer. Okay, you're positive. Okay, so also to know that whether you're positive or negative is also not necessarily going to block it, but the continuing questioning can keep something from coming in, right? You can be in a bad mood all day and go, I have no question. I know it's happening, but you could still be in a bad mood and it can still take place. So don't think that you have to be Miss Perfect or Miss Pollyanna. Okay, honey, who's Karen or Carol or another? I know you got a last name at G. I was about to say the G. There could be someone with a G last name coming through that's past or alive with the first initial of C or something similar that sounds like C, like a K. There's a lot going on in Allie's brain. Allie, exhale. Let go. Your mind is, there you go. She thinks she has to make, she doesn't get that. Okay, just tell her yes. Tell her yes. Tell her she can have it. Tell her we hope you speak by November 2nd. Tell her to. Is that different than Gutierrez? It needs to be different. It would have to be different than that last name just because I can see that last name. Was he a Carlos or a Carl or a Ken? Anyway, the reason we're losing focus is I think that there's too much thought right here in this moment. So let's exhale and take a second and try to listen. So we're listening more than we're thinking. Please overcome your depression of the past. Please overcome a loss that's taken place. Okay, go Bob. Fine. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for verifying that. So that would be Uncle G. That G may be connected to a C or a K, whether that person be living or past. Your uncle says that you need to heal from 3 years ago. There's something that happened 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and we need to heal it. They also say that you need to not get upset at yourself if you've got moods and stuff like that. Your moods, it's not your moods which are determining the outcome as much as your decision. What's your determination? No matter what, like, this is what I'm going to connect to the heart of this person, and I'm going to start to see those results. The reason why you're not with this Benjamin yet, why it's not going the way you want, is that he also is dealing with a trauma in his life. It sounds like so far your connection has been built on a trauma level, and that the time it's taking for it to come is to change trauma into not trauma. So I would think your prayers need to be that no matter what, you and Benjamin are able to really relate on a non-traumatic level. They are able to relate on the light side of everything. And that guy makes me think he'll appear in a moment and you guys can ride off into the sunset. It's not that you can have what you want. It's just, it's all theoretical. It's too mental. Like, you're thinking it way too much. You need to feel it. There's a book out there called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. It's years ago, but it's basically, if you can feel it, you can have it. Don't give up. And who's Martin or Maria or M names connected here? It could be Mark, obviously, but M, letter M connected to Ali. We've got you covered. We see your wedding. We see your wedding date, everything. They do say that you can be down the aisle. Part of me wants to say a year. That's probably our hope and expectation, but maybe 2 years is more realistic. There's also, you're going to have everything you want, 2 years is more realistic for the actual, like, ceremonies. And, don't give up. You need to focus on a business, or he's got a business. You need to focus on business. You need to focus forward. You need to really have no doubt that your prayers are answered, even if they don't get answered in ways you can understand. And stop reading signs in a way that you think the sign is the outcome. A sign is not an outcome, everybody. It's a sign. An outcome is an outcome. Until you have your outcome, it's not an outcome.
That's a good point. Okay, I don't see any more comments from Ali, so I will go ahead and move on to the next question. But before I do, I just want to remind everybody to keep liking this video, show us some love, share it with a friend. It helps us so much, and we appreciate it greatly. Rika, really quick, will you just remind everybody of your hours and your schedule?
Yes, I add an extra hour in the morning, so I'm just going to do 11 to 6, Monday through Thursday. So those 28 hours will always be guaranteed. I'm available for direct messages over the weekends. If it gets turned off, it means I'm on vacation. And then, maybe once in a while I'll get back on the line, but probably just DM. So Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. until 6 o'clock, and that would be Pacific time zone.
Yay! And I'll do a couple more reminders just so people can take note and schedule appointments. Cynthia, will my missing cat come home?
Okay, I'm glad it's a C because I wrote down, you probably can't read that. And plus, that's the rest of my journal. What am I doing showing you this? Whoops. Okay. Anyway, it says a C name that ends in A. Put down Christina, your Cynthia. Kitty cat. Oh, kitty cat. Oh, let's see. Okay, fine. Before Wednesday at noon, Wednesday 9, Wednesday 10. Let me see what the kitty cat is. It seems to be 2 or 3 houses down or locations down. And there should be like someone has a white porch, like wood that you could go under, white picket, white wood, white. That's the connection where this cat is. Also, is there a park right across from you, like a small park, even if it's small or nearby? Because I'm seeing that also too. Also to your neighbor, do you have a W neighbor or an A neighbor down the road? Those places that we're seeing. This kitty cat is with near other cats. But I'm going to say by Wednesday at noon, they're trying to show me that they're under like a white porch. And I also feel at one point it was in a park or a green area across. It doesn't have to, it could just be a slat of green, I guess. I guess it could be a lawn, but it feels like it's not a house, right? Across the street. So if you can verify something about the green across the street, that would be great. But no worries, honey. Your kitty cat's coming home. I don't know why I'm going to say the name Abigail or Abby or A names with you as well.
Something with an A. Interesting. Oh, keep us updated, Cynthia. Hope she returns home safe. Okay. So this one's kind of a loaded question, but just
Okay.
feel whatever
Yeah.
you want to answer. From Deshawn over on Facebook. Hey, can you tell me about my acting career, my granddad, and my love life?
First off, we need to give Deshaun a round of applause for utilizing the moment, right?
That's for sure.
100%, dude. Sounds like you're going to be a leader and a victory no matter what, because you're like, I'm going to not waste this moment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard the name Frank or F names connected to you the moment you said hello. If your granddad is connected to any letter F, even if the person's alive or something, in their upline, it's okay. But that was the first thing I heard was that name. Okay, so F. I said Frank, but it can be any of those things. Let's look at your acting career. And you're definitely someone that gets married and has like 2 or 3 children. This happens very naturally for you. I feel like this is the next couple of years in your life. There's not going to be any problem. Also think there could be like a person, like an ex, like from just a few months ago. Like, have you just recently, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, haven't talked to this one person, but they're coming back now. Anyway, this is assured for me. I'm not worried about that part at all. It's happening no matter what. And I think when you're really in this, obviously I'm hoping your granddad is telling me this. Okay, then I started coughing. So hopefully that granddad has that. Okay, they say when you're really, it's your acting career that you have to focus on, right? It has to be, I'm becoming an actor for the sake of these people and this. Okay, I'm really choking.
Mm.
Let me see what's happening. Kyle? Is that Granddad King you're looking for, honey? Who's a Georgia? A G or a J? Oh, I wish people were here. Shoot. We want to get these things. That's okay. He can hear me and he can figure it out later. But I'm choking, which means that either someone is thinking a lot while I'm reading, or this person really wants to make themselves known. So did that person have, thank you for being here, Deshaun. Did that person have smoking, lung cancer, COVID, COPD, anything that would make me want to choke up a lung right now? Because like, I'm certainly coughing very loud. This person, even if it's not your granddad, wants to be known. Sometimes people that we don't expect want to come and help us. They say that your way of becoming, the actor you want to be is that no matter what, you really connect your whole life to it. Like, I need this family so I can fulfill my mission as an actor. I need this role so I can touch this populace over here. Like, for example, like, I really want to be able to share like what I feel about life with people. So in order to do that, I need some sort of venue, right? Not to give up, honey. Yeah, I think he's like listening so much, right? Here we go. Okay, so there should be, they talk about this. They say you're 2 years to an award-winning role where you're in front of people. You need to go for the gold. They say that you need to go for the gold, and you should try to work with Will Smith, no matter what you think about it in the Oscars, blah, blah, blah. They said you need to work for Will Smith. Don't give up, honey. Who's the cougher? That cougher wants to talk to you.
Deshaun,
Why did I get a Frank? Is that a living relative? Do you have a Frank, a Francis, a Fred? There's a smoker. I don't know. What we need to do is figure out how to do like live interaction with their faces. Okay, keep going.
Okie dokie. I don't see anything more from Deshaun, so I will move on to our next question.
Is that Perry King? I guess I want to know if that's Mr. King.
Yeah.
That's the K granddad.
I don't know if I've done a YouTube question yet. So let me find one from our YouTube people really quick. Okay, let's do Cynthia. I took a really bad fall down 8 steps and broke my leg. Was in the process of looking for work. If I don't find a job, I'll lose my apartment. What do you see for me, please? Scary.
Are you psychic? Work at home. Okay, let's see, honey. Well, I see monetary assistance coming your way. They say that you are going to be absolutely okay in November. They do talk about money coming your way. I also feel a male figure in your life is going to be helping you with this, and to accept all help that comes your way. You do have a gift or a skill that you can use and work out of your home, whether you know it or not. And I think this may be a perfect opportunity for that transition. I actually think you're incredibly bright. I think you're a very, very good helper of people. And I think you're really wise. I think I'd write down you need a job that fits this criteria, one that you can deal with your broken leg with, one that allows you to get, catch up on your bills, one that lets you use this spirit you have of actually helping people, connecting and being as wise as you are. You're an incredibly wise person and you're very helpful. Like people should come to you, even if it's their pets they bring to you. People should come to you and ask you for assistance. I know that you can help people. They also said something about Reiki or massage. I don't know if it's just therapy that's happening with your leg or if you have this skill to help people with Reiki or things like that. You're very psychic to me if you want the truth. I think you have an ability to know stuff. Are you there? Do you agree? So what I see happening, and the best I can do in the Facebook Live, since we're not, necessarily connecting one-on-one here, is I want you to know that, you're not, it's okay. They say that October 31st, she has the money she needs and it takes her, and she's good all the way till February.
Wow.
So you have things in your life that are assisting you, and you need to really say, I allow money to show up where I can't see it. I'm connected to the money coming from all directions as long as it's helpful. You have a new career coming up too, honey. You really are about to take a giant step off, and odd that you broke that leg, right? Right when you're about to move forward, you get a broken leg, and legs move us forward. So I just want you to know, I want you to pray that for you to get the benefit out of this broken leg and to understand that this is a whole new career coming for you, which is probably something you should have done, I feel like 16 years ago or 20 years ago. So something from 16 to 20 years ago is asking you to, a circle is coming, asking you to reawaken to some prayer you have. But as far as your question about money, which is, I don't want to lose my apartment, they say that you are secure and that you're going to be able to maintain that apartment. And then by February, you're going to either be fine that apartment or, be able to move.
Yay. Love good news. Okay. Let me go on over to the comments. Brandy from Facebook. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday. Are there any messages from my deceased father?
Okay, let's just start with the message. He immediately goes to some sort of chain. So he may just be trying to talk about something first. So either you're receiving a chain for your birthday, or there's a chain you're wearing which has his name on it, meaning like either his name or something that reminds you of him deeply. He definitely goes right to that, like he puts it over your neck. I know we're not supposed to talk about, I'm not talking about pregnancy, but he does want to talk about babies, but I'm not predicting something. He's talking about children. So either he wants to say that, if you have something about something you're thinking, right, about what you want in the future, or he's talking about kids that exist. And he says that, he says to bring up a G or J name, like a Gary or George or something like that. And then if it's J, obviously, you can go that direction. And he says that you are not alone. You're never alone. You're not going to be alone. He says this world is hard. This world is difficult, but you are a true warrior. He says that you are really one of the strongest people he's ever met. He hears everything you say. I know you played him a song. You play him music. I feel like you play him music, or his music comes on because he showed notes going up to the sky, which makes me think we can hear the communication. He also says go outside, and that there's something about the outdoor area where you guys connect really well. I also think I see like a stream or a river. Could obviously be an ocean, but a body of water. And it makes me think like together we're at the water together, and not to give up. Did you ski? Did you ski with this guy as well? So he goes from water all the way to skiing. It could be water skiing, I suppose. And anyway, he says, please know that I hear your music. Yeah. Okay. Just as you were typing that, he said it again. Please know I hear your music. And he thinks you're beautiful. Do you have his watch? And are you looking at his clock? He talks about the clock piece or watch piece, right? And it's always time. It's always the right time. I'm hungry for popcorn with you. You guys must have a beautiful relationship. He wants to be your best friend forever. And he never wants that to change. And he thinks that you are way good at communicating. And he thinks my girl has got the 411 and the 411. And he says he loves talking with you. Did you figure out the music? Good. That's good. That's good. He's mentioning your brother. Is that Adam? He's or A or Daddy. So, and I know I brought up a GJ too, but he says the water thing. He says that you should know that. So make sure you tell your brother that Dad came through to also say hello, and you guys are great. And do we have? And then I think there might be a third one, or he might be talking again about the babies. And then he mentioned another initial. So I think I want to say Gary George, right? And if it turns to a J, I'm okay with that because phonetically they're similar. When you said your brother, I'm like, oh, Adam. So he mentioned some sort of dominant A name. And then I even want to go to things that sound like L, which can be Lily, can be Eleanor, can be Elizabeth, things that sound like that. Oh, Jarvis, that's a J. And you could see how I might go because I put down GAR actually, right? So it's, and I took my journal away.
Yeah.
GAR instead of JAR. So Brandy, you obviously had such a really deep request to connect. And this is great that you're right here for this and ready for this. It just gives us peace of mind. It's not that the other things I've said aren't true. We just don't know it, right? And I think that moment of synchronicity was like, oh, she's right, enlightens the space around her, everyone watching. And we can really walk with that light. We don't have to give it up. We can say, okay, I'm not alone. Yeah, there you are. He's your best friend. He just came and touched you. Did you feel that, Brandy? I think you must have. His left hand just went to the back of your back. Is it flannel? Is it red? red flannel or red dominant with a shirt, something like this, or a coat, or what you're currently wearing. So his message is you're never alone. He's here. And if you're going to write books, you're going to do anything in his name, like book or media, you'll be successful. You'll be successful. And then maybe your brother has a moving truck. Is somebody moving? Or helped something with the moving after the death, but moving.
Okie dokie.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. What a cool birthday present. Okay, moving on to the next one. That was a fantastic reading. Let's see. Nancy over on Facebook. Will my daughter
Adams? Where did Adam come from?
Oh, you're right. Will my daughter marry the guy she is with now?
Okay. Why do I think your daughter has two choices?
Ooh.
If Miss Adams is there, even though maybe they were blurting out the next caller, who knows? I don't think Bree realized the Adams when she said it. So who knows where anyway. What I want to know, Miss Nancy Adams, is this. I don't know. There seems to be a past with her that she's not over. And even though I think she's happy with the person she's with now, I keep thinking deep inside her heart, she's wondering. So, the guy that is with her, yes, she can marry. He's not going to go anywhere. She really has to decide who she is and what she wants. If this is what if she wants to be married now, she really needs to let go of hope of the past because she's moving to the future and choosing a different choice. There's also baby energy with her, big time. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say if she's able to move forward and let go of the past, this is the condition, right? You hear me. You have to hear what I'm saying. She has to let go of the past. If she does, yes. And I'll put the knowing of that marriage in March. Like you'll know, everyone will know. If it takes her that long to make a decision, it's okay. And then they said another red, which is interesting because the other call, maybe they were butting into, or there's just parallel information. So another R came up and I want to be like the color red again, but red could be R for Robert or Rose or something like that. Yes, if she chooses to let go of the past.
I don't see anything else from Nancy, but I did see a question and I want to go back to it. Airplane.
You can hear it. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. Where did it go? Okay. So this is from Sin and Des. My Aunt Kelsey was murdered in December. She was only 30. I just want to know if she has a message for any of us. This is my first time here. Please pick me. I just want to hear from her.
Okay. Murders are not easy. Let's see, sweetheart. Okay, this is her message. She says, she shows like a big pond. Like she's trying to say like life is like this big pond of water.
Mm,
And you look in the reflection, you see it, and you look again and it's gone. And we're in a transient state.
mhm,
She's talking about the piano or music. So she just switched subjects to music. Hope that means you play or you love it or you did when you were younger, right? Something about that. Like I see piano. So she might be trying to show you that like she's in a peaceful state and
mm,
that there's beautiful music. Um, you can't be angry at death, which
mm,
in this case is incredibly difficult
mhm.
because her life was taken from her. All of us are going to go, she says. She says she's immortal. She's trying to be light right now. And this is maybe difficult because you miss her. And when you're in grief, it's hard to hear the lightness that deceased people can give. But she says, I'm immortal now. Like no one's ever going to not know her name because of how she died. She said, look at that. So it also may mean that you did something in her name to solidify that immortality, or you're helping from the situation. She says the person that murdered her should be behind bars or will be. So please know that the person will pay for crime. And she regrets it because she says that she could have made different choices in her life to prevent this. She makes me think her choices could have been changed up to 8 years ago, which means that she was given forewarning of her choices leading to things, but she didn't care because something 3 years ago happened. And then she says 8 years ago. And ultimately, maybe when she was even 12, there was something about a man figure in her life which connected a certain aura about her, right? So even though people, it's hard to say, look, and I'm not an expert and I'm not telling you that I know how the world works all the way, but this person seems to be implying that even a murder, even being murdered, she has a responsibility for herself. So something was unchecked for a number of years. I really hope you can connect to this.
Mm.
And, please forgive. Did you send something of her in the water? Did you guys as a family? Because that water is up again and I can interpret it many ways. And I do like to interpret things, but if they bring it back, it may mean that I didn't quite understand what that water meant, but that you will. So I'm just going to leave it as the body of water. And also too, there's a lot of governing energy here. She says she's very supported by light, that there's lots of generations above her, all taking care of her and no one should worry. And then something about shoes. We love the shoes. So either she does or you do, or you got new shoes, but she wants to talk about the shoes. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. Please don't build this world as bad and angry because the way I died. We can't take away people's life for the way they die. She loves you, honey.
Mm. That was very touching. I don't see them in the comments. Otherwise, I would bring up.
She also says you write something and she can see what you write. So either you wrote a letter or it could just be your journal, right? Grieving. But she says you writing and she can see it. She says apply. You're supposed to apply to something. Like
Hmm.
that could be education, school, or a job. She says you need to get the application done and you need to do it now. That would be you, or if there are people in your life, like your immediate family, whether that be a spouse or kids or something. But you need to get this done because there's something big happening in January. And you need to really speak up and be an advocate.
Okay. Moving on to our next question. Looks like we're at about 64 likes over on Facebook. So if you guys can keep showing us some love, giving us some thumbs up and some hearts, that would be amazing. Let's try to get to 100. Okay.
And
Coming
also, I do have tarot cards too. We have like, what,
That's true.
15, 13 more minutes.
Yeah. So if you want a tarot card, you can just comment what type of card you want. Love card, general card, anything. So let's do Audrey over on Facebook. Coming up
Okay.
to 1 year since my dad passed, does he have any messages for me? Does he know that I was with him?
Okay. Well, he did say Disneyland, and then he made me realize you have some sort of, I don't know what that's in your background. Hopefully it's just a sign, but he said about Disneyland or things like that. So amusement parks. No, he says something go 3, 4 years ago. So this is a few years before he died. Something really cool. You must have a son, or he's talking about his grandson because I see a young, or this could obviously be a nephew of yours or something, but I'm seeing a young man and he
Mm.
wants to talk about, they must have something similar with themselves, either their name or their birthday. He's talking about a similarity with a young man. This young man to me feels like in his 20s, but obviously under 30, I think would be appropriate. And his message is that you are very in tune and that he's always with you, and that when you think he is, he is. He's also releasing balloons. Okay. Is one of them 20, 25? I'm so glad you're here. That one. Who loves the cars? Like whoever's got the cool car, almost like a hot rod, a cool car. So if they're not that age yet, he might be talking about the future. But he also said, what was he just saying? He says that you do know he's with you all the time. Like if you think you think he is, he is. Okay, this is trying to do real time something with you. He just went to the kitchen or some area in your house and he's talking about the cleaner is out. We're cleaning, we're scrubbing. He's talking about cleaning and scrubbing. He's trying to make it real time. He's trying to prove that he's with you like right now. Keep assisting the reading by thinking of the word listen. He's trying to prove that he's with you right now. What do we clean out? What are we cleaning out? What are we doing? Is he talking about what you did with his house? He says he's short. He's not tall. He says he's more like like rounder is what he says. He wants to call. I guess he wants says I'm a little bit chubby. He says I'm a little chubby. A belly. He says he's got a belly, and he's always listening to you. He says that you know that he's there, not to give up, and that you when you think you feel him, you do, and never doubt that, honey. He comforts you when you cry. Such a hard time of the year. This can be such a hard time of the year for you. But thank you for the memorial you're about to do. You're about to do something for him, or you just did. And I know that you're getting other relatives involved. Like he shows 5 or 6 different people, but he's very connected to your children, Audrey, very connected. And I think his main message is you're an amazing mom and you've got extra angel support. You're like a really good mom, extra angel support, and your kids are not going to be having troubles. Like we're going to work all the troubles out.
Mm.
Probably the only reason I'm hesitant to give like even more information is because we don't have confirmation and we
Yeah.
only have so much time.
Right.
So if you want to be like, oh, it's William is her dad or something like that, like we don't have time, like there's not enough verification. So that's why these messages feel general. But you saw with like, she said 2 sons or Brandy that they're not as general as they sound when there's confirmation.
Yeah, absolutely. And perfect opportunity to just kind of go over your schedule for the next couple days in case people want to book an appointment and get some more insight on their question.
11 to 6 for the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be on until 6 o'clock tonight. So I'll get on for 2 more hours after this tonight.
Awesome.
I wonder if one of her kids is Jordan. I just heard that kind of name. Anyway.
I don't see anything else from Audrey, but we will move on to, actually I do see one thing from her. I received a ring today.
Okay. Did I say anything like that? I don't remember what I said, but you're confirming something, I hope. Was it from him you're asking? Yeah, but where's the cleaning? Where were you cleaning? Where was the ring? Why cleaning? He keeps bringing up the cleaning. I wonder if it's connected to the ring. I don't know what I said about that was the confirmation, but if you're asking me, yeah, he communicates to you all the time in every way he can. But he talks about cleaning. He's also talking about the plants, which I know winter's coming. So what's the planning like? His fingerprint? Oh, you cleaned up. I don't know.
It's hard.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But if that means like you're always cleaning up his fingerprints, or he's trying to talk about that, or the plants, like his hands are on everything, maybe that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Here's an explanation. I took his plants from his house.
Great. Okay. We're getting there. And then did you take out the constant comment or the, whatever that cleaner is, the powder, and clean everything around in the kitchen? She must have. I'm just going to say
just for the sake of time, I'm going to move on to another question.
Thank you for the plants. And this guy's obviously trying to communicate. There's no doubt about it. Communication's a 2-way street, but it doesn't matter anyway, because people go back and it happens all the time. They call me up and they say, everything you said was right, even though they weren't able to they weren't there in the moment.
After you start seeing those things, 100% happens to me all the time. Okay, let's do a love card for Mirna.
Okay, great. And also too, I think her dad was trying to say, I'm trying to prove to you that I'm right here, right now, and get real-time stuff. And so, maybe that's what the ring is about. Maybe that's what the plants are about. But they try to prove it's not just about them being okay, like dead, right? Because life and death is happening all the time, and they go together. I think that they're trying to say, like, we're here right now, and we're not as far as you think. Okay, love card for Myrna. Tell me when to stop right now. Okay, Six of Swords. Okay, I took 3. Okay, the first card is the Six of Swords, which is science. And this says, like, in order for your love to work, you have to be very objective mentally. So a sword is a mental card. So like if a Six of Swords comes up, it says use science, right? Discernment, logic. Don't use, like, for example, the next card is the Seven of Swords is politics, like too many minds, too many thinking. There's a Three of Swords, which is like trauma, so this is really about the ability to be very objective, like at least for the first 3 months of a relationship. I feel like someone has recently come into your life, honestly. And if they really haven't the past couple of weeks or month, they should be forthcoming, because they're talking about your ability to get through the next 2 months objectively in love, and that this will turn into a marriage. It'll turn into an engagement. It'll turn into the future, which can last 25 years and beyond. The next card is the Nine of Cups, which is happiness, love, and fulfillment. So it sounds like you're going to be fulfilled. Also, like other cards, it could be called fortune even. So it sounds like you're going to get the love you want. It sounds like you've even made the match. The next card is the Princess of Cups, which says old things don't apply. So like maybe in the past, it's been one of those situations where you were really giving and they were unavailable and you felt like not fulfilled and the beloved wasn't there. But things have changed. So you really need to look at things objectively and not from past lenses. I think what hangs you up the most is something 6 or 7 years ago. I think that you're out of that. Obviously, they're trying to bring you objectivity. Whatever you do, don't in your mind start processing from the past. Like, go slower, be objective, ask the person more questions, like understand the person better. But I'm happy for you. I feel like Bree and I deserve to be invited to your wedding. That's what it feels like. We're going, Bree. Let's pack our bags. 1 year in Texas. Are we really going to Texas? Just Bree's in Texas. Where are you? You don't tell anyone. You don't have to tell anyone that. That's what I think. I feel like Bree and I are going to pack our bags and we're coming.
We're going.
We'll have to get permission.
Yeah. Where's our invite? We can't wait. Okay. Moving on to another question. A lot of connecting with past loved ones today. So
yeah, because they know. Oh,
my boyfriend passed away from a heart attack in December, and I was wondering if you wanted me or our son a message.
Yeah. And I think for people that, I know it's hard to be here. It's the middle of the day. You're probably working. I get a Joe, a J, a GJ. That's going to be the kid or the person passed or something connected to the family, right? Like that would be really obvious. It might be John, right? But the J is very strong here. The message is sports, something about sports. So I don't know if your kid is playing soccer or football or wants to, but I think that I want you to know that even though this father has passed, this father is definitely going to be his coach, like his coach. He's going to be out with the kid on the field, is what he's saying over and over and over again. And dang, he says, dang, like, dang, gosh, dang, I'm not here. Like, bummer. So he is not, he's fine. He's peaceful. He obviously can be here and be this kid's coach all through the kid's life, all these things. But he was this close to having, everything he ever wanted, which was you and his kid and this marriage and all of these things. And that still he's going to bring you someone new because you can't be alone and you don't have to think about it now. But he is trying to get you, he'd like to see you married. He's trying to not let you be alone. He's going to send you someone divinely. He says the person coming has blue or green eyes. He wants to be very specific about that. I'm just letting him talk. I'm not going to analyze it at all. He says something about your car. I don't know if it's a joke like an old stick shift, and that's a joke. But it seems like he's showing me like a stick shift versus automatic. I didn't know anyone had them anymore, but I'm sure they do somewhere. That's just me. But he's talking about that. So hopefully that has something to do with something. It almost makes me think about a truck that goes into gear. So he's saying those words to you, honey, too. I don't know what the crystals are, or the crystals, he says, the crystals, the crystals, the crystals. And then also makes me think about beads, like almost like pearl, like a pearl necklace, or maybe it could be a rosary, but they're beads versus a chain, right? Beads versus a chain. And he hears you all the time. He's always looking at you. For example, like if you're praying, he's to your right. He always looks at you. He's the cutest face in the world. That guy is very cute. No wonder you were in love with him. He knows he's cute because he's talking about how cute he is. So that means he knows it, and you knew it too. And he had the smile that you would melt, and you just couldn't say no to him when he looked at you in just a certain way. The baby is a divine gift, which allows you guys to be connected forever, no matter what, through all space and time. You have a very bright child. Really sweet.
I love that. Okay.
And he's with a dad figure. So he's with some father that's passed, or the granddad, right? So if your fathers have not, then he'd be the next line up.
Got it. Okay. I don't see any comments.
Oh gosh, I can't believe it. It's time to go.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, it goes too fast.
I know. Do we have time for one more card or no?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. From
I'll just end up ending it.
The love card.
I knew it. I saw it. Okay. Ooh, Knight of Discs. You're about to get a high achieving man, like a doctor, a lawyer, a business owner, someone that financially invests well. This person has a large income. You deserve it. You should be a book writer. You need to say this. I need the mate that lets me write my book. They put a lot of writing around you, girl, even if it's dissertations, even if it's technical writing. But if you started praying to be with the person who would allow your words to get out in public, I guarantee, I think the person's already there. I think you already know them. I hope you do. I want to call him Rick or Dick, right? Richard kind of name. So that's coming fast, really quick. It's been delivered by a man on the other side. I want to make it your dad or his dad. It feels like a dad more than a granddad, but sometimes granddads and dads feel exactly the same. You can't give up. You had him in a dream. You dreamt this person up. They say you dreamt this person and you brought him right to your life. Don't give up. Sure, you can be married if that's what you need, or you can live together forever. They talk about running away, being on an island, and 10 years passing by. So it sounds like the man of your dreams is in your environment already.
Well, that's a great one to end it off on. Rika, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh my God, they go way too fast.
Yeah, I know. It always does with you. I have a couple of closing remarks, but you can feel free to go.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye. Thanks for the people that were here to give verification. I really appreciate it. And for those later, too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Really quick before I hop off, I do just have a couple of reminders. First of all, Rika will be back here doing a Facebook and YouTube live, same time, same place, the last Monday of November, which I believe, let me pull up my calendar. That is the 28th. So put that down on your calendar. Rika will be back here November 28th. We also next Monday, Halloween, we have a very fun live with Psychic Kerrigan planned, and she is going to be going live from a haunted house. So you're definitely going to want to be there and be present and bring some questions. Again, I see a couple comments upset that I wasn't able to answer their question. I'm so sorry. We get so many questions, and we're only here for an hour. And so I don't unfortunately have time to answer all of you. But the reason why we do this every Monday is that hopefully we can eventually get to all of you. So I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their Monday. Again, we will be back here next week with Psychic Kerrigan for a special Halloween live. But until then, I hope everybody takes very good care of themselves. And I will see you then. Okay, bye.